Alright, so welcome back. We're going to continue with this series. I know it's turning out to be long. The last video was very long. I understand that. I apologize for that. You know, we had a few issues, and it's okay because I repaired them, while I was recording because I wanted to, just to show how I did those things and how I go about those. So some of these videos are turning out to be a little bit longer than I wanted, but like I said, I'm going to show you what really goes on behind the scenes is how to do this stuff, and I'm not going to make little short clips on certain ones. Eventually newer videos are going to get a little bit shorter, hopefully, but this is the process of painting a kit. Sometimes you have accidents, something things happen, or you run into a little bit of a blockage because you don't know how to deal with something or do something a certain way, with your vision or whatever. But so those little challenges we're going to go through together. So this is what I have so far on her. Alright, I still got to do a couple little touch-ups on her, but I really like the way the hair came out. That's the last part that we did the other day. Let me see if actually that looks pretty good without all that light. I got a little too much light going on here. Let's see. There we go. That's it right there. Look at that. That came out really pretty. Alright, the eyes came out really good. I had a little bit of trouble, remember, with that. We had to fix the hair, I had that little accident. There's still a couple little areas where I need to touch up, like around here. Just in here a little bit. So like her bikini still needs to be done. I still got a little bit of cleanup to do on her arm, which I haven't done that yet. But I'll get to that later on, okay? But that's where she's at. She's looking really pretty, right? And I love the skin tones, how it came out. All right, I get a little bit of too much glare coming back from her. But you see that? That skin tone. That's where I wanted to go with her. Okay, same thing in the back, the booty shot and all that. Okay, really nice skin tone going around. All right, so we're gonna start right now. Start doing the cats. Now, I'm going to probably record just only one of the cats as I paint it. So just trying to keep the videos a little bit shorter. And they're kind of repetitive. The two cats I already painted kind of the same. So the only thing that I did different was I didn't mask the teeth. And the reason why I want to do that, I didn't want to get too much dark color on it. And then have to go over with a bunch of white and then just putting too much paint on the teeth. And I want to try to keep it gray, so I can go over there with the lighter colors later on and bring out the tone that I'm looking for. Now the masking, which is the putty, the silly putty, might be in the way. I'm gonna have to take it off later on because I need to get dark color inside the mouth. So we'll see how we do that, how it goes, and I don't want to get too much color on those teeth. So that's the thing. So for a base color on the cats, what I want to do is go with well, I'm looking at the pictures, and there's a little bit difference in just about every picture that I see because I don't know which one is the original or whatever, but from a picture online, you don't really get a good, I guess, quality of what really is and isn't, and I see some orange. There's different ways that people painted it or interpret it. Like I said, Creative Geek on his rendering, it looks very yellow to me. On the painting the ARH, the ones who made it and whoever painted it, who did a beautiful job on it, he went more with the brown tones and tans and stuff like that. And then I see in some of the pictures, and quite a few of them, there's more of a little bit of an orange tone to it. So what I'm planning on doing is going in with a base tone with a chocolate brown. I want to go dark on the base, but not too dark. So I don't want to go with like an orangey color. And I did pick up at Hobby Lobby some more orange tone colors because I don't have that many. But I don't want to go too orange, so I ended up picking up these cheap acrylics. These work just as good because we're going to be, mostly like dry brushing and whatever, just to try to keep some of that undertone to pop out, not to hide it too much. And I picked up terracotta a terracotta color. It's got a little bit of orange. You know, might have to add or take out some of that, but that's more on the darker side. And then I picked up a pumpkin color. All right, it's not as bright as it looks here. This is, I think, the lights. Well, once we put in the palette, we'll see what colors they are, right? And then I have on my own stuff, I have this amaranth red, which has got like a little bit of orangey tone to it. It's more of a red color, kind of strong, but you know, I don't think I'm gonna. But I'm also gonna be adding tans and things like that. So I got other colors here, like a light rust and from Vallejo, and there was another color here. Hold on, not this one. I got beige red. I got a bunch of other tan colors. This is orange brown, which is probably going to use also, and yellow rust. And then, you know, there's going to be a little bit of yellows, and there's also going to be a little bit of a lighter color like whites and stuff like that. So if you look at the reference picture, which I'm going to try to put up one up here now, you'll see a lot of the differences that are out there for the different colors, the different tones, and all this other stuff. I'm pulling some colors as I'm talking. So, you know, I'm looking for like more of the orangey colors and things like that. Something that'll bring out some of that. The yellows and the browns and the, you know, and if I have to mix some stuff, I'll mix it. I got a dark yellow here, which is probably something I'm going to need. A beige brown. So, you know, as I go, I'll start picking colors as we go. Like I said before, you know, this is going to be the trial and error. It's the first time I'm ever doing something like this. And I'm going to try to keep it as close as possible to what it looks like, you know. Again, you know, it's your interpretation too, right? You're the artist, you're the painter, and you're going to try to, you know, interpret the kit to what you want or what you like or anything like that. But, you know, I would like to try to keep it as close as possible to what the original painter, you know, had in mind or whatever, you know, with some stuff. So, all right, so let's get started. You know, let me get started with this. So I'm gonna put some flow improver. These are Vallejo colors, so you're gonna have to really thin down a little bit. It depends, you know. Vallejo is very strange. They're very good paints. Don't get me wrong, but another thing is I'm gonna try to stay in here in the middle. I know I look at the other videos and I saw that it's just I have to bring it close to me, and this is the best position for painting where I'm at right now that I feel comfortable painting and stuff. Oh, this bottle's broken. This cap, I got another cap somewhere, but I'm gonna have to find it. Hope the paint's not dry. No, it's not. Oh well, let's see. Check your paints. The cap is cracked right there. You see it? I don't think it went all the way through, but still, you gotta be careful. All right, so I'm gonna put like about maybe 3 drops of flow improver in there. Okay. I'll put a little bit of thinner first to get started. All right. And I'm not gonna put a lot of paint because this is a little, you know, Vallejo paint's a little bit thicker than. Oops. They're a little bit thicker than. I gotta turn this other light on. A little bit thicker than most paints, I guess, for me. So you really have to thin them down a little bit more than what I do for the other paints that I've been using. All right, so I have some in there. Excuse me, I want to mix. I just mix it with the brush. I think that's a good start. You don't want to get too watery, you know, like too diluted. either, because then you just spraying water, water down paint, you know. So I'm using a Sotar for this. So I'm going to just put a layer of this brown all over the kit. You see I'm far away. And I'm doing this action to the trigger, okay? I might want to go darker in the crevices, but we'll see. Before I start putting any kind of layer down, I'm going to go through a lot of paint real quick here, so bear with me. I'm going to have to stop and reload. Make sure you get underneath the feet. Remember what I said before? When I get paint, even the places where you don't think, you might not see something, because when you're done painting and you're going to glue the sucker down and then you see something that's not painted underneath it, you can get pissed off. So just paint it. It's there. Or at least get some kind of paint in it, even though it's going to be covered or whatever. Alright. Make sure you get underneath. Really good. That's going to be where all that shadow is going to be, so that's definitely got to be darker. Going a little bit over the areas I already sprayed. It's a little dry already. Just keep on putting paint down. Check your cup. Starting running out of paint. Now, for something like this, you can get I got another paintbrush. I could have done this with a bigger cup, more volume. But I really love the Sotar. It's my all-around brush. I do a lot of work with it. I'm thinking about getting another one because this one's getting a little banged up already. And they do refurbish I think at Badger. So if you send your airbrush in, they'll fix it, change seals or whatever if you don't feel comfortable doing that kind of thing. Because they do have parts for all their airbrushes that they sell on their website. So if you need a piece like a seal, or I never took anything like a part other than to clean, take the regular stuff that you take out to clean. I never really went into the nitty gritty of an airbrush, and this one is not that expensive. I don't know if I want to get into doing that myself. Well, I'm running out of paint, but that's totally up to you. By the time you get done buying all the parts and everything like that and sending it to them to get it fixed, I don't know if I want to. You're gonna probably end up paying almost just as much as getting a new airbrush, I guess. Not for the other one that I have, the Infinity. This is I would buy the parts for this. This is different. That's a little more expensive. You don't wanna. I don't want to get the dry paint that's on the walls of the into the bottom of the by mixing it with the brush. So I'm going to do it this way, just backflowing it and getting a good mix in there. Just do it a few times. Let the bubbles die down a little bit. Alright. Because those chunk of paints will clog your paintbrush, your airbrush. So I'm gonna have to pause in a little bit and come back. I have to help the old lady unload the car. let's continue. Let's see if I can get some paint in the back over there. Now I'm going to have to go in there with a brush later on and hit it. Excuse me, let me see, check my phone, see that's it. Yeah, alright, I'll be right back. About that. Take care of some business. I was afraid of that. Hopefully that's not. Alright. Get nice coverage. That would have helped. I forget to shut it off sometimes because I don't like leaving it on, just in case if I run out of if I get a leak in the middle of, you know, when I'm not home or something like that. You don't want to overheat though. You gotta be careful. You don't want to overheat those air compressors. It could catch on fire, man. You know. So always make sure you shut it off. Because when I left to do what I had to do, it took me a little bit longer than what I wished. Probably have to switch airbrushes here for a little bit. Switch over to the Patriot. It's got a bigger cup. Just to do this job right here. Then I'll clean up the brush later on. Let me dump this in here. I was afraid of that, but it is what it is, guys. It happens. Good thing I have another airbrush that I can use. I'll put some airbrush cleaner in there so it doesn't dry up to me too much. Excuse me for a second. All right, let me put a little more paint. This is a silver cup, so you're going to be able to see the consistency. See, it falls off the sides. Okay. I can put a little bit more paint in here because I think it's a little loose. A little bit too much thinner in there. All right. Once you practice this, you'll get a little bit more comfortable and quicker. How what's the best consistency for the paint to work on your airbrush? There you go. So So this trigger is a little different than the other one, so I think I got a bigger needle on this one too, so it's going to spray a little bit more paint than the other one. I tend to use the Sotar more for like, not the Sotar, the Patriot, for same thing from Badger, for doing primers. So I got a little bit bigger needle, so more paint's going to come out. Now I'm just going over some of the spots. Just be careful where you touch it. Once it starts drying, you start seeing the spots where you kind of need to put a little paint on, because when it's wet, it's hard to tell sometimes. But you get there. Just be patient. Let's see right there. So it starts to dry pretty quick. And today I have no fans, no air conditioner going, no printer, because it's a cool day. Actually have the window a little bit open. It's actually pretty cool out today. Got a little drop in temperature. I don't know if it's because the hurricane's coming off the shore or whatever it is, but it feels very comfortable and nice out today. Alright. I think we're good for now with this one. So I'm going to pause right there, let this baby dry. I'm going to hit the other one off camera, and then I'm going to seal it. And then I'll come back and we're going to start putting color on it. Be back here, alright? Thank you. Alright, we're back. It was a little time, because I had a little extra brown paint and I used it up on the other two, on the base and on the other Panther, so I didn't want to waste it. There was plenty of it to go around, as you can see. And I sealed it. It took a little while to get dry. It was very wet. And I had to wait to seal it until it dried completely. Okay, so now we're ready to go. So I put some paint here just to see what colors. I used the two big bottles that I just bought, and this brown, orange brown, lay it out on the palette. So right now I'm thinking about going with that orange, that's a little too on the red side. So I'm liking that color right there. and that is the pumpkin. There's the pumpkin color. I know this one. I bought this. I think it was like $2. Look how much. And this stuff works just as good, guys. It doesn't have to be a Vallejo. It doesn't have to be, EK or whatever. I have plenty of those. That's a little too much water there. So let me put some in here. Way too much water. It just needs to be damp. And this is for the dry brush. That's good. And that's for the dry brush, because you don't want to dampen that brush, especially the good ones that I have. I just want to get one of these big ones. Start off with one of the big ones here, and just start dry brushing. Okay, so let's put some of this color down, mix it up, and start using it. So that's the color that I'm going to go with first. We're going to start off with that color, the pumpkin color, and then if I have to go back and forth and put some more brown, maybe some more yellow, or some other color, or whatever, to get the tone that I want. Like I said, this is the first time, so let's see how it works out. I ain't gonna keep on waiting here, so let's just go ahead and just jump in it and do it. Alright, so get rid of as much as that paint away from your brush. Alright. I put these with those Artist Opus brushes. Alright. So against the grain, let's just start brushing. Starting the back over here. Let's see how this looks. Start the back over here. Let's see how this goes. Okay. Start just putting some color down. Now because I have that undercoat, that brown, it might darken that orange a little bit. So that's why I'm not too worried about it being a little too vibrant yet. Alright. So let's see how this works. This one is so bright that like this one up a little bit. There you go. I think that's a little bit better. Alright. Alright. See how the effect that you want, how much paint you put on it. You don't want to take all of it out. Alright, that's good. Let's try that again. Put a little more paint on it this time. Alright, I like that. It's not too bright, which is good. Now, what I'm looking at now, I'm going to put my picture up real quick just so I can. I had a couple pictures up before. And what usually animals tend to have is like a lighter, like what I'm looking at here is, and when I look at tigers and other animals like that, even my dog who has that orangey color, like these, like a tannish orangey color fur, her belly's like pretty white, and she has like a white little tie going on, that kind of stuff. So you can try to simulate something like that on here. Go with a lighter tone underneath. And when I'm looking at the picture, because like I said, again, I'm looking at a 2D picture versus a 3D sculpture. So in the picture I can see a little bit of white going down here. Alright, now the sculpture he didn't though on the belly. But you could if you want, like down here in this area. Do a little lighter color if you want. Uh, and then like around the eyes and the cheeks, and then maybe the ears and the paw. Maybe down here. Go with a lighter tone or darker tone on top. You know, so I'm kind of liking this tone here. So I'm going against the grain. So with the first going this way, I'm gonna go this way with the brush. And then sometimes it'll change, like somewhere around here. It changes a little bit. Here it goes sideways and up and down here. Okay, because all I want to do is capture the top of the fur. I don't want it to go digging down in there. I want some of that dark color to stay down there and stay in some of those areas. Alright, so you see how the dark colors are there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to put as much as this color around in the whole area, and then we'll start highlighting or putting shadow, a little bit of darker tone with that brown orange, where we need to go with that. You know, so just right now just putting the color down and just trying to get as much of their fur covered. Even though you're going to go with a lighter color, you still want maybe some of that tone underneath. So just get all around. It's too much. Way too much. Guess we'll get some of that. My dog has been very jumpy today. Just get it in there. You can spray over the silly putty with paint, with the top coat, you know, and anything, and you can still use it. Just mix it in with the other stuff, and it should be fine. That stuff just lasts you so long. You know, I had that one, big bowl that I have right now is lasting me maybe about a year. Eventually, it's gonna get really nasty, you know, with a lot of paint, a lot of different stuff that you put on it. But then it starts to lose its, starts to kind of like break down a little bit on you. So what you do is they're not expensive. You can go out there and buy them more and sell them on Amazon. Stuff works great. Doesn't take the paint or nothing like that out. So right now I'm just putting layer down. A layer of this stuff, that's it. Alright. Not too deep. Not too crazy on it. Just get it in there. Get the color. It's got a lot of nooks and crannies. Alright. Alright. That looks good. Right there. There needs a little bit. There we go. Even in these some of these shadow areas, you know, Which I want to have to hit it with the brush in certain areas to hit some highlights, maybe some shadows and things like that. But for now, just do it this way. Then we'll start with the other colors as soon as this layers down. Make a smaller one real quick. Here we go. Just to get in certain areas. You don't need to use one of these. You can also use like a flat brush or whatever tool. It's just use the same concept as far as dry brushing. Just get most of the paint out, and then just hit it. If you need to get a smaller brush or something like that, it's just these work very well for large surfaces like this, and I like them. To use them like that. They come in different sizes. This is one of the Army Painter ones, and then I also have the Artist Opus ones. They're a little more expensive, so I use those sparingly because they're kind of I'm trying to go through these first before I go through those. So yeah, I'm being a little cheap, but brushes are expensive. They can get expensive. So I don't throw them away right away if they get up bulky, because you're gonna use it for other stuff. Like the one I use for mixing the cup in the airbrush and stuff like that. That's an old beater. Just save it for that purpose. Alright. It's looking good. I kind of like the color for as like a takeoff base color for the cat, Okay. Like I left some of the shadow areas. I left them a little darker. There's a couple areas I gotta hit still. Right there. Like the beard there. Right there. Like a little paint in there. A little color. Just trying to hit the highlights, the top areas just a little bit more than the rest. Like where these muscles are sticking out, the butt area, the back. Just hit it with a little more paint than what you do the other ones. Get that color a little stronger, because that's going to act as a base for your highlight. See? Alright, spread that out a little bit. Blend it in. That little muscle right there. You see how those stick out? Hit those. Top of the ears. Might be a little different color, but it's alright. Right there. That muscle. Just hit those. There you go. Those muscles here. Just with a little bit more paint. Just to give it like a little bit more of a highlight kind of. That's where the light's gonna hit, those areas. Usually. A little bit more in the belly. The chest a little bit more. Neck is fine. Guys, here we go. What do you think? That looks good. Not too orangey. You can always come back and put some more if you have to in certain areas. Alright? Right there. A little bit more in that top part of the brow. Right there in that cheek. Alright, so I'm going to let her dry a little bit. I'm going to hit the other one, and then I'll be back. You know, and I'm going to top coat it too, so then I'll be back. Alright, so let's continue with this. I just went out and I sealed everything. So let me move these guys again out of the way. And I'm going to have to pause again because I guess I'm going to be jumping on something really quick. So, but let me get some of this started. I put down some of this orange brown down, okay, in the palette. And what I would like to do is maybe add a little bit of the pumpkin in there. Just to, I don't want to go too dark right now. But I do want to tone it down just a little bit on the orange that I got down. Let me see what this does. Alright, just one drop. Let's mix it, see what happens. Ooh, that's too, well, that's not too bad. A little bit more of that. Hold on. Let's see what we get. That's not too bad. So I'm going to work back and forth these colors. To see, I can bring it down, bring it up, see where we go with it. Then I'll just do just the regular, just to bring down that tone a little bit, and we'll go from there. All right. Just want to mix, keep on brushing in. Try to leave some of those highlighted areas that I've already put down just a little bit more exposed. Alright, so let's bring it down a little bit. Alright, just keep on adding color, guys. See where we go with this. Alright, just keep on adding color. I'm just going to keep on bringing it down. That high orange. Little by little. There we go. All right. Using the bigger brush. Just get it all over. Keep going. Put some in there. Don't forget the feet. Top of the paw. Keep on adding tone. Kind of look where it's going. Got a lot of light on it now, so it might look a little bit too bright, but it's not really. It's pretty toned down. Is what I see here versus what I see in person is a little different. Bring the light down a little bit. That would be more closer to what it really is. All right. I just need the light to work with, so. All right. So, but I do like the muscle areas where they're popping up. Like I like that higher color. I might bring that out with a little bit more of a lighter, like a whitish color. Yet, I don't know yet. Let's see where we go with these colors first. I think I'm gonna want to put down a little bit more of the brown, orange brown, just alone without putting the orange in there. You know, the extra orange. So just to get color everywhere that I need to put color then. Still a lot of, excuse me. So I still got a lot of brown spots in there, you know, like they need to be like right there. That's a good spot to keep, you know, in the crevices and stuff like that. But in some other areas I would like to see more color other than the brown. Like the chest area is going to be probably more, a little bit lighter color, like around the face. And things like that. This is looking good. I like where it's going. Okay. Let me get the smaller brush just to get in there. Get in there and those legs. Just to get a little color in there. Same thing here. So hopefully all these variations will pop out once you start going in lighter and all this other stuff. And you'll be able to see the difference of colors and stuff. Okay, so I think I'm happy with her here. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave her to dry, and then I'll spray her down again. And then I'm going to do the other one, and then we'll come back and continue. Alright, let's continue. I just put the orange brown in there. Alright, let me get that a little wet. There's the small one. Let me start with the big one. Let me put this guy away. Changing the tones, guys. Adding some different tones in there. It's all about the same, but I mean, I could tell the difference. Just adding color in different areas. And after this, I'm going to go a little lighter. Doing highlights. Let's see how that works out. I like the effect of the shadows are still there. And I think I'm gonna leave it like that. Right. And some of the highlights over here with the orange. Alright. So that's what I'm doing. Just getting color in there with the places where I think it needs it. Go over there with the lighter colors and work my way up. I'm going to start with a yellow next, and then after that, when I mean yellow, I mean like a brownish yellow. I don't know which color yet, but I'll figure it out, or try a couple different ones. Getting there with a smaller brush in some of those areas with it. Just blend some different colors in. And if I have to come back and work on it again, we'll do that. Alright, but this guy's looking pretty good. I'm not going to go too hard on this guy like that with this brown, because already, like, these three tones are all very similar. So it's just, there's a little variation going. I could see it. You might not be able to tell, and you can't with the light. Let me see if I can. It's different variations of color. You could tell, like in that area here, back here, under the belly. Alright. Okay. Some are brighter, some are a little darker. I'm trying to keep the brights up and the dark down. Okay, let that dry like that. I'm going to do the other one, I'm going to come back. Alright, so I pulled three colors out to test out. This one here is dark yellow, but it has like a little green tone into it. Not too crazy about that one. This is Iraqi Sands, and this is Yellow Ochre from Vallejo. So those are the two colors that I'm thinking about going with right now. Just these two right here on the right. I'm not going to do that one. That's just a little too, just looks too green to me. I don't know. I mixed the bottle real good a couple times. You know, I see they're putting another color there just to make sure that maybe if I didn't mix the bottle right or something, I don't know. So this is like yellowish rust, it's called. It's got, maybe I'll use it later on just to darken out some sides or something. But alright, but let me start off. I think I'm going to start off with Yellow Ochre, because there are some yellow spots that I need to put on in certain areas, like back here, and some around the front of the face, where it's going to blend into like a white. There's white in different areas, like in the chin, around the sides and the top, the paws. So I'm going to blend in some of that. Okay, so I'm going to start with the Yellow Ochre, and then work my way into the Yellow Iraqi Sands. Alright. Iraqi Sands is going to be going towards the lighter color, and then I'll blend in a little bit lighter than that. Alright, but just get a little bit light in certain areas. Start putting some more variation in there. Alright. So you see the difference there. So I'm going to try to go very lightly. Start off with that, going into the back. This out. There's too much paint on it. All right, there. I'm going to start off back here. Some of these areas right here. Some of these highlights with that color. Back here, sorry. I pulled away from the camera. So back here I'm doing those colors right here. Alright. I'm just going like kind of like in a circular motion here. Just to get some of that color in there. Alright. So put some variation in there. And back here. There we go. I'm liking that. You can see some of the orange pulling through here in this area. I have to add pictures on the end so you guys can see that. You know, I really like how it's blending in. Just lighten that a little bit. Keep some of that orange in there. I like that. I like that. Just try to put a little bit more here. Excuse me, my allergies are just crazy, man. Alright. Very lightly. Just start, you know, like, hold on a second. Let me finish this up right here, and then I'll grab a little more paint, and I'll show you what I want to do. Let me grab the smaller brush to do that. Start going in nice and slow. What's doing is putting a nice light color over the orange and is giving out a nice variation, natural feel to it. So what I want to do is where the light color is going to start blending out, like the whiter colors, I'm going to start trying to add a little. I want it to blend out, you know, like from white to yellow. So I'm just going to put some of this color in those areas. Alright, like here. See, what happens here now is the putty's starting to droop a little bit. There we go. I'll have to touch that up with a brush later on. But like the beard, you know, this area right here, it's going to blend out to white here. The white's going to go more towards the front. Back here. And then let me grab a small one. Just wet that a little bit, damp it. Okay, so top of the knuckles, just lighten those up a little bit. Beard right there. You see the variations in colors? Okay. It's still kind of like... I'm really liking where it's going. I like that. I think she just needs a little more. A little right there. Let me bring this up a little bit. Oh, here we go. So you guys can see a little better. See, this is that effect. This is what I'm looking right there. See, the lighter colors around the edges, the back. So I'm trying to follow that picture that I have up here. It's got some lighter colors up here, like the yellows, and then the whites are going to come in here, but I wanted the whites not to just go from orange to white, you know, just blend into with different tones, lighter tones, until it gets to white, like, you know, kind of like a gradient, maybe. Keeping some of that orange in there in some of those areas, which makes it a good, nice variation. I like that. I like that a lot. So now, let me do the other one, and then I'll come back again like I did before. Okay? And we'll continue. All right, so it came out a little too light for me. Some of these colors, so I'm gonna just tone it down again, and then go back to the light. It's gonna be a little bit of back and forth here. You know, like I said before, it's trial and error. So I'm gonna still use this orange brown just to bring it down a little bit. I don't like it's too light in a lot of areas. I just want to bring it back down a little bit. Remove him. Let's go back to her. And let's get on with that here. Let's get some of that. Alright. So just certain areas I'm going to bring down. Some of them I'm going to keep the way they are. This one is not too bad. It's the other one that's I think I went a little bit too far with this one a little bit here and there, but you know, not too bad. This one doesn't need as much as the other one. The other one needs it. I'll do a little bit of on the other one on the video, so just so because I'm not gonna tone her down. The reason why I'm saying her is just that she seems a little slimmer, a little bit more muscular. The other one looks a little thicker, hair's thicker underneath too, like a lion, I guess. So that's why I'm. Toning it down too much, just a little bit. Got a little mix in there, which I do. That's a lot better too, to be honest with you. I like that a lot better. Just blend some of those colors in. I'm leaving the lighter colors like up here, like the way they are, but as I'm transitioning with darker to light this way. Oops. I missed it too much. I like that right there. And then a little bit. I like that. Alright, let me switch over. Now this guy, it's got just a little bit too much yellow on the top. And then this definitely needs a little bit of tone down, so. So like I said, I'm going to try to go from the bottom, work my way up. And it's already, on that part right there that I just did, already made a big difference to me. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but it did bring it down a little bit. Just a little bit, not a whole lot, you know. This was just a little bit too yellowy, too bright for me in those areas. All right, I think I went a little bit too far with that color. You get away from you, you know, it happens. So, you know, all you got to do is just, you know, just keep on going back and forth until you're happy with what you're doing, you know. So the next color that I'm going to use is going to be a lot lighter and just going to be in specific areas. They're going to use a little bit smaller brush for that too, just so we don't get it, you know, we don't get carried away like I did before, you know. So that's a little too much color in that. I didn't want that. Yeah, that's not too bad. Don't be afraid to use your fingers either. Right here needs a little bit. Just a little bit right there. That's good. Something on this side. That one already got. There. Right there. You don't want that yellow to be too in certain areas, you know, just like on the top a little bit, and that's it. You know. There you go. Hopefully. I like that. I really like that. That came out really nice. It just needed just a little bit of light brushing over those colors just to tone it down a little bit, just to bring it down, and doesn't look so bright, you know. That's perfect. All right, so what I'm going to do now, yeah. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go over and seal this, and I'll be back. Okay, and we're going to go with the lighter color. I think for the next color is going to be like a bone white. It's got a little bit of grain to it, and then maybe go with the lighter white, the smallest areas than that. Okay, so I'll be back. I'll show you what I'm going to do. All right, so I sealed everything because I want to do some of the white, and I got the smaller dry brush, and I have another little brush around here somewhere. I think I just seen it somewhere. Oh. And this one just to hit some of the other spots. Now, I'm looking at the picture and I'm seeing white in some small spots around the eyes, around the ears, under the mouth and all that. So first I'm going to put some there. Oh, and I took off the silly putty, okay, because I need to get in here in these areas right here, and there's this with a little silly putty down here, so I just put a little color in there. That's going to be mostly white anyway. I just want to put a little undercoat just to get, you know. Alright, the lips and stuff, those are going to be painted black. Okay, so now these colors, they're more targeted. Okay, so they're going to have to be more in specific areas, like around the paws, some of the fur around the paws and stuff like that. So let's just start. And I'm going by the reference. Try to stay close to that. So there's white around the chin, on the outside of this fur right here, some on the spots up here on the top, and like in the paw area, like around the sides a little bit, and then after that there's nothing else. You can't see really in the picture a lot of the other stuff. Hold on, let me make sure that I have a good one here. Yeah. I think I have the best one as far as colors goes. Up. Alright, so I'm going to start here in the chin. If I get some on the teeth, that's okay, because I think I want to use this color for the base on the teeth. Anyway, so just putting some color down here just to fade in a little bit. Alright. It's lighter on the inside, a little darker on the outside, on the inner part of the ear. Okay. So you can't see, you know, like I said, I'm looking at a 2D picture, so I'm going based on animals that you see in the wild, you know, my pet, things like that. Just using some references from those for going for the other stuff. Alright, so here. It's a little bit wider, so I'm going to probably use a lighter color to hit the edges a little bit more. Maybe. Depends. Okay, now this frown here is a little bit lighter on the lighter side right here, and these corners right here. This part where the whiskers would go. Okay. Like I said, this is more like a grayish white. The color, I don't know if I said it or not, it's bone white. It's from the mullet. So it's very thin. Alright. It's a very thin color. This down here is very, very bright. This part. And going up towards here. Okay. I don't have to put that much on that because it goes a long. See, it goes a very long way. So because it's very thin, it's mostly for airbrush, but I like that color. So, alright, a little bit stronger on these edges. And working my way in with the color, and then there's like a spot that goes in here that's white. So I'm going to get in there with the smaller brush and hit that underneath the chin. Try to get a little closer there too. So see how I lighten that up? Alright, so there's some spots that I'm going to go in there a little lighter with the brush and hit certain areas. That's about right there. Touch up a little bit of that once I get I don't want to go with the dry brush, but it does have a little color coming in from there. Just like that. Alright. This is going to look badass once I'm done. Alright, cool. The ears around the edges are a little bit white. Alright, so I'm going for that. Alright. Now she has a couple spots there that are a little more pronounced, like the top of the eye. I'm thinking maybe next time, before going with finer details in some other areas, I think I want to just paint in the eyes, the black of the eyes all around, and maybe the mouth. All right, and the reason why I want to do that is because I want to know exactly where I need to go with the colors. Because it's a lot of, little spots of whites in different areas, like around the eyes, and I think I need to get the black in there first, and then I'll outline those other parts with a smaller brush. All right, so I'm gonna leave that right there, and I want to go for the paws. All right. Now the paws, like around this area right here, where the nails go and everything, those are all white. Okay. So, and if sure and there's some white running up along the legs, like around different areas up here. So, like up here, that's too much. All right. These are like pretty bright in these areas right here. All right. Take some of that out. Now I know like the bottom of the paws, they're like either pinkish or they're like a brownish pink from wear and all that. So I don't want to put any color in there, but there is color, white color, like around the nails and underneath the nails and stuff. So like the furs between the nails will get painted black, maybe with a little bit of highlight. Alright, so she has a little bit of like fur coming up down here. Just a couple areas. Like I said, I'm looking at a 2D picture, guys, so it's very hard to tell where these white highlights should go, It's pretty tough. It's not very well. Like I turn the picture around and see where. Alright, so I just wanna. And then I'll probably go in with a little bit of a lighter white, off-white. Probably go with the white sands, which I use for the eyes and stuff like that. I think I'm going to go in with that and hit like certain spots, and just to give it a little more detail that she has right here on the inside. A little bit of white here. Like I said, I'm going based on what I see, and then the other stuff I'm just going to make it up because, like I said, I don't have a good. But let me put a little bit of white on her chest, underneath, And like I said, my dog is very light on the bottom. I know my kids had a few cats at times. I'm going by just by what I know. I like that. I'm going to go and put it in where I feel comfortable with it, Now the tail, can use a little white. Off-white, whatever you want, bone white. You know what I mean? The back paws don't show up on the picture. So, but I'm still going to follow with what I did with the front. If you want to leave them a different color, go right ahead. There's nothing, this bottom of the fur. And just add, because you can't really see that part. So I'm putting white on the back of the leg. You see how I'm removing some of the excess with my, because like I said, this is a very thin paint, and it just goes on a little too easy for me right now. So, but I do like the color. I like what it's doing, the effect and everything. All right, so this part right here, I lose right there in the picture. So I think I'm going to go a little bit lighter on the bottom here in this part. Like somewhere around here. Just add a little bit of different color here. A little wider. Just give her a little. I like that, guys. It's the way it's coming out. I'm having a lot of fun painting this baby. It's even with the problems that we had, with the break and all the other stuff. It's been a fun kit. I'm glad that I did it. I'm glad you're joining me and watching me doing it, because I'm really having a lot of fun. It's taking me a little bit longer than I wanted to, like as far as the length of the videos. But, I lose track of time very easily, doing this stuff. You zone in and you start painting. And, it's really easy to lose track of what time it is and all that, so. Or how much time you're spending up here doing this, so. Since I can't see this part of the head, why not? Just add a little, just add a little variation in there. There we go. Back of the ear. Why not? There you go. I like how the yellowish and the orange are all blending in together, and the white just brings out some details, And she's gonna have to go a little bit lighter, so I can get a little bit of smaller brush and do the fine detail. But like I said, I think I want to paint black and get in there with some color and just get a little bit closer to what they have up there. So, alright, so I'm going to leave this one here, right here. I think I'm very happy right now where she is at. And I'm going to hit the other one. It's just the same. Okay. I'll seal them up, and then I'll come back. And we'll do some of the detailing on the stuff and move on. What do you guys think? Right. It's going to be a little bit more white in the chin. I got to get in there with a smaller, but I want to seal everything and paint. Like I said, I want to paint those black and everything else, and then maybe do up a little bit more of the white in finer areas, and fine detail the face and some other parts, and that's it. The The paws need to get in a little bit more with a smaller brush. Detail them a little bit more. You just don't want to get too close to the bottom of the paws. So I do want to give them a little color because I think they're going to be showing up. I gotta check it out later on, but I'll put it on the base and see how much is going to show up. I still want to put a little color just in case. Put a little bit there. Okay. I really like that. Alright, be right back. Alright, so I would like to do, start hitting some of the colors around the black around the lips. Maybe do a little black around the eyes and stuff like that, and then going with the whites and stuff. So I got a little black over here. Alright, so dip a little water in there. So these lips are very pronounced, and I'm just following with the picture. Optimizer for that. Eyes are getting a little tired. And there is like a little edge there, you know. I don't want to go over that. Just want to make sure I get the full extent of it. There. Put a little layer of the teeth a little bit to see what I need to, where I need to put other colors and stuff like that, because I just want to make sure I had the outline right. Just get a quick little color. So I use the same one that I was using for the fur. That bone white. This is color right here. It's black. Alright. I always going to need to do touch-ups too after you're done painting with something, you know, because either you miss something or you mess something up, you know, little touches here and there, you know. I do it all the time. There's nothing wrong with that. It happens, you know. So I just wanted to get an outline of the lips and see where the teeth goes and where they are, because everything was just blending all together one color. And I think those are gums. Those are not. That's not part of the lip. That's gonna be tough right there. Try to get that behind the teeth. I gotta touch that up already. See that? Just messed that up. That's okay. That's why I'm doing this. That's why I'm doing this. So if I go with the white, I go once, and I'm not messing it up. Same thing with the teeth, you know. Black is easy to cover. You know, this stuff is not. I kind of want to get the outlines in. Let's have a little flowing clue over here. Just my brush. So I gotta fix the tongue in there, then get paint on it yet. I will get it eventually. Get a little brown in there and then put whatever color I need to put down for the tongue. It's kind of hard to get in here, behind that tooth. A little bit of problem trying to get in there. Ugh, I got it in the tooth. That's alright. I'll fix that. I still gotta paint. I still gotta paint over the teeth. So I'm not too worried about it leaving. I just don't want to leave like a big black blob in there, and then be a pain in the ass to cover. All right. Let me get in there a little bit more. And then I'll fix it with some white. The white goes right there in the nostril. Redefine that line. That was tough. Alright. Got the black around the lips. Okay. Right now. Around the eyes. I still gotta finish the paws, so I'm gonna put the nails. I'm gonna paint the nails later. After I do the paws. But these eyes, the eyes are not matching. Very well. So you see this line right here? This is black. They're gonna paint the whole eye black first. I'm just gonna do like we did before with the girl, and then I'm gonna paint the outline of it. It's like a little outline on the bottom of the eye, but not the top. So the top is gonna be a little tough for me. All right. So right now I'm just painting the outline. Goes like it's a little bit like right here. Well, maybe there is something there. Let's see how it looks. That's not too bad. Alright. Same thing on the other side. Just paint the eye. Once I'm done with this, I'm going to go seal it. I'm going to finish the other one and then seal it. Alright? Just don't forget that I have another one there. It's got to get painted. Starting to look like something. Alright, so for the black for her for right now. So you gotta fix the white right there. Oh wait, I see a spot. I see a spot. Fix that spot. Alright, there. So I'll just go over some white and touch up some of these the beard. A lot better. There we go. See, I went over the beard a little bit right there, so. Alright, so I'm going to do the same thing with the other kit, seal it, and then I come back. Alright, so this is coming out really good. I'm really happy with the way it's coming out. so I can focus a little bit better so you guys can see it. Okay, that's the big boy. That's the other one. So when you seal it, the colors kind of meld down a little bit. They're not as hot, as vibrant. And now, they melted down and they blend in a little better. So I'm going to continue with the lighter white and just do some of the edges and touch in on around the eyes and stuff like that. So I'm going to put just a little bit there. I don't need a whole lot right now, just start. And first I want to hit right down here, kind of like dry brush it a little bit. Alright, just with a little bit of lighter color. Just get in there. Use a thinner here because I need to get really close to that lip. Because I did it too much a little bit before. So let me wet that a little bit. See how that comes out. Bring in the white a little bit. Dry brush a little bit with this too. Get the bigger brush. This is the water. Not a whole lot, just enough. Allergies are killing me, sorry. Just enough to if I do too much, I was thinking about me, doing a wash. Just once I'm done with that, I'll do the nails. Once I'm done with the paws. What I'm doing now, I still needed to bring out some of that white, the light, very light fur around the paws. I like to have in the picture. That paw goes down. And I'm going very lightly over these. Just get it where I miss with the dry brush. Okay. And Like I'm looking at the picture while I'm doing this, so. I'll try to remember to put a picture up for reference. For you guys, so you know which one I'm using. I got a few of them up, and I'm going to one. I think I'm going to the same one for the Sabertooth. This is the one of the better ones, I guess. It's one of the larger ones also that I could find. Like I said, the back legs, like you don't see this in the picture. It's blurred out. Alright. The back legs of both leopards you don't see. So I'm going to go with the smaller brush and do some detail around the eyes. Right there, I wanted to get that a little bit wider. And the edges of the down here. Okay. This actually goes pretty high. Okay. Something here. Doing all these, just highlight is the sun. Alright. The nose part where the whiskers would go. Something on the other side. Just make sure you're focused there. I want you guys to see this. So I'm doing it very lightly with a little bit of paint on the brush. I'm just working my way in nice and easy. looking good. Alright. Just keep on doing a little bit more, just a little bit more right there. Perfect. Alright. Okay. I'm gonna use that again soon. Alright, so there's a little bit of white going underneath the eyes right here, on both eyes, and then a little dot of white, maybe like on this, going along this corner here, on her. And the male has a little, I'm calling it the male because, you know, it doesn't matter what or what, you know. But the other one has the same thing underneath the eyes a little bit, and some around the top on the other side. So, and then this one has, well, I think I'm gonna leave it like that. Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave her like that. I really like where we're at with her. So. So let's do that. Get a little water, flow improver, the light. Alright. So like I said, she has a little bit of white around the eyes. That's it right there. Sorry, I have to bring this a little bit closer. I can't see. Wait, I got it right there. I don't think you guys can see that. Sorry, I'm gonna have to bring this a little closer. Because I can't see it that far away. And I got in a weird position. Take some allergy medicine or something. I think she's getting there. Very, very touch up the paws a little bit. Where is it? There we go. Need a little more paint. Go. So painting up the Alright, so I'm gonna paint the other one just like this, and then I'll seal it, and then I'll come back and then I'll see where we're at. Alright, it's getting a little late here by me, so I might continue finishing this up tomorrow morning. But I'm getting a little tired too, so. But let me finish up the other one, come back, see where we're at, and if I'm going to continue, I'll continue. If not, continue tomorrow.